Yoxi.
Hello, beautiful people. So we are on location today at the University of Eswatini, whereby the Leadership Growth Forum has hosted an event to honor the life of former Prime Minister, the late Prime Minister Ambrose Dlamini, by conducting this great initiative whereby they're equipping young people of the necessary skills when it comes to being a great leader, a leader with humility. So today we're learning more about leadership skills, and next to me, we're standing next to a pretty lady. Her name is Piwe Dlamini, and of course she's the Media and Public Relations of the Leadership Growth Forum. Just about today's initiative and why they started this initiative, the importance of it and what they're hoping that young people or even old people can learn from this experience. Hello, Piwe, how are you?
Hi, I'm all right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So can you tell us more about what's happening tonight?
Okay, well, I'll give you a bit of background first. The Leadership Growth Forum is a non-profit organization that's looking to equip eMaswati with global thought leadership and best practices. So how we do that currently is hosting events like this, webinars as well. Last year we had quite the year. We had Prof. Tuli Madonsela, we had Prof. Haging, and they were just taking us through their leadership journey. So that's what we're doing here today. Also trying to harbor the culture of knowledge capture and remembrance for our prominent leaders in the country.
So when did this Leadership Growth Forum start, if you don't mind me asking? Because, I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it. I didn't know about it till today. So can you tell me more about when you guys started or when you guys were established?
We were established in the year 2021. Our co-founders, Maxim Konza and Mngetse Ngomane, saw it fit to start a platform such as this one to do what we're doing for eMaswati.
So speaking about today's event, right, I know that it's the Dr. Ambrose Dlamini's membership memorial lecture, if I'm not mistaken. So can you tell us more about that?
It's a memorial lecture to commemorate his leadership, the kind of leader that he was. And a lot of the speakers we've had already have been speaking about how humble he was and also just how he cared genuinely for the people that he led, and he was interested in them developing themselves. So that's what we want to share with everyone, and also just to give people insights on how to become those kinds of leaders.
And of course, I'm just hoping, like inside, I'm seeing a lot of young people like myself. So I just want to know that, what are you guys hoping that they take away or from this experience, just learning about, the leader that he was? How do you think it's going to benefit eMaswati that are part of this initiative today? Because not anyone can be a great leader,
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be the kind of leader that he was, or even better. So I think today the young people can take home that it's all about the people that you're working with. And even when you're a leader, it's not so important to be the boss. But as it is to work with your people, to develop your people, to make sure that you're aligned with them at all times. I think they can also take home that it's important to have a certain character when you're a leader. You're not only supposed to be maybe tyrannical, for lack of a better term, but what you should do is be concerned with their growth just as much as you're concerned with yours. That's how they connect with you, and that's how your business will grow. That's how they'll remember you.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to learn, and I've learned about, the psychological importance or the psychological work environments that people need. So I'm learning something. So thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much.
Yoxi.
Okay, beautiful viewers, we have our main speaker of tonight. His name is Mr. Ridza, guys. I didn't want to say it wrongly. So yes, he's the main speaker of today's event. So we just want to, learn a few things from him, some of the best qualities a great leader should have, because today is just all about leadership and just learning a few things from him, seeing the fact that he's someone who's established. And of course, I'd like to think that he is a superb leader. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us today. So can you just humbly introduce yourself, to people that are watching for the first time that don't know you?
Okay. First of all, my name is Rasuava Ridza Mampiana, but everybody calls me Ridza. I'm originally from Madagascar.
Okay.
Yes, but I had the opportunity to grow up in France, then to live in Japan.
Yes.
Now, also I'm working in South Africa.
Okay.
And I am involved with different universities in South Africa and abroad.
I just want to probably find out from you, about some of the top qualities a great leader should have. Seeing that today you were just talking to us, about what it means to be a great leader, remembering the late Prime Minister and how humble he was and how he had humility and compassion. So what would you say are some of the best qualities a great leader should have?
Yes, the first quality is humility. That is the first quality one. And those who are humble will be willing all the time to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And one of the main things as well, the great leaders quality, what the big leadership quality recognized across continents is this. One is courage, and the other one is curiosity. Those who are courageous and curious will always try to find out how the world works and how to make it work better.
And of course, speaking about, our entrepreneurs, sometimes as a leader, you get so overwhelmed, right? You probably might not know everything. So when do you know as a leader when it's time to step aside and let someone else lead, or else rather let someone else, take the lead and help you with ideas, because you may not know everything. So how do you know as a person, because I think that is a quality that a great leader should have.
The first thing is about self-awareness. You need to know yourself. Where are your strengths? Where are your point of weaknesses? Where are your fear? You need to know that. And based on that, you find out all the time. Because as a leader, you need to be agile in learning. Means be fast in learning, unlearning, and relearning. And you need to stay vulnerable. That is where the humility is. And the main key all the time is this. As a leader, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, my question always is this. Who do you have with you? You need to listen as well to those people. Listen to what they say and listen to their body language and attitude, because they will send message to you that you are no longer on par. That's why you need to give the space. You need to stay vulnerable. You need to know when to step in, when to step out. That's all the time. Thank you.
And lastly, on a lighter note, how has your experience been in Eswatini? How was the reception? And also just how was the crowd, or should I say the audience that you were dealing with tonight?
Oh, thank you very much. They were highly engaged. And I think they could relate with all the things because they know the late Mr. Ambrose Dlamini. So because of my experience with them, they had that interaction. So I was very happy that they were engaging, and it made the hit.
Okay.
Thank you
so
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Tonight is all about, great leaders in the kingdom of Eswatini, and we're so lucky to be with Mr. Spusiso Nhleko, a part of MTN Eswatini, and he's here to tell us more about, a few things that you guys need to learn from him, and of course, what it takes to be a great leader, because today is all about equipping, also our local entrepreneurs rather, and of course, equipping young people of the necessary skills in order for them to understand what it means to be a great leader. So hello, Mr. Nhleko, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you so much, Sisi.
Thank you. So how do you feel rather being a part of this initiative today, and what would you say were some of your highlights from tonight?
For me, it was actually quite inspiring, reflecting and celebrating the legacy of Babe Ambrose Dlamini, who was my senior, who was a mentor, who was somebody I looked to for inspiration. So being part of this gathering where we are celebrating his legacy was actually quite inspiring. More so because we are now celebrating also our own people, our own, phenomenal leaders in the country, which I find actually quite inspiring, and it's worth celebrating.
Definitely. And of course, we're learning about leadership skills, and I feel like that's a skill that young people need to have, especially when they start their businesses. So what would you say are some of the top qualities a great leader should have?
I believe that a great leader must first be a leader of self, so that, you role model the great qualities and then inspire others, which means visionary leadership. Now, inspiring others and then developing others also. That becomes very important. We learned that from even Mlangeni, where he gave others a chance. I'm one of the people who benefited from his encouragement to go and further my studies. So he would open opportunities across the footprint for me to go and be attached, and many others, which means the leader opens the door for their people. And also using your influence and your personal network for good. And we have worked together with Mlangeni. Also, I remember one time we wanted to build a school, but we didn't have all the money to build the school. We then had to be on the road with him to go and actually sell the idea to some of our stakeholders, using also his personal networks. And we were able to build a school. And that was not the end of the story. We were able to build a vocational center and many other initiatives. So for me, I believe leadership is about using the influence for good, developing others, and also making a difference in the community.
And lastly, before I let you go, how would you say you can balance being a strong leader, someone who's very strong-willed, and also just being compassionate? Because if you're a leader, that means that you're working with people and you must take care of their needs. So I want to be a leader who's strong. I want to be a leader who's being listened to, but I also want to take care of probably the people that I work with in terms of being compassionate and empathetic.
Very important. I think the professor who presented, Professor Rita, did mention that it's very important as a leader to also lead from the heart, have the empathy, understand also people from where they come from, their perspectives, so that you are able to relate with them. That it's, leaders are not perfect themselves. Yes. So you also give others a chance to learn and to grow. And part of that involves failure as well. That some projects are not going to succeed, but it's important that we draw the learnings from them and move forward.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you, Babe. Thank you.
Thank you kindly, Sisi.
It's a very momentous occasion because he was a great leader, and we still miss him because he did a lot of good in the time that he was with us, both in the corporate world. He's also a former president of Business Eswatini, by the way, and being a former prime minister of the nation. So we're honored to have been served by him as a country, and we miss him, and may his soul rest in peace. I think what we learned a lot from today's session is that leadership is about people. You can have all the technologies around, but if you have not taken the importance of taking care of people, you will not succeed, because the people are the ones that help you deliver a strategy. The people are the ones that help you service your customers. So it is very important to look after people, but also with humility. You can't lead people with arrogance. So being in a leadership position doesn't mean that you have to treat other people badly. You can still remain humble but courageous. Be able to make the tough decisions that are for the interest of the business. So my advice to young entrepreneurs is that drive your passion, follow your passion, work as hard as you can, but also don't grow on your own. Make sure that you surround yourself with hardworking people like you, and then you can be able to grow your businesses. Talk to the banks, talk to other people that are in your industry. Make sure that you are getting the best advice for growing your business.
We are coming to your bank, Baba. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, beautiful people, it has been a fantastic night learning from some of Eswatini's greatest leaders to show you guys that, if you want to be a great leader, there's some qualities that you must also possess. And I hope that, with this being said, there's a lot that you learned today about being a great leader. And of course, just knowing that if you're a great leader, that means that you must be able to take care of other people's needs that you work with, because we want you guys to start your businesses, yes, but we also want you guys to understand that being a great leader is not something that anyone can partake in. So we hope that there's a lot that you learned from tonight's episode. We hope that there's a lot that you'll keep learning on Dream It, Achieve It. But for now, it's a wrap. We'll see you guys next time.
Yoxi.